Okay everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel today. We're back on GT Sport and we're back with a track guide. We haven't done one of these for a few days and we've been mainly concentrating on a lot of races. So I thought it was about time we went back to a track guide. We've got the GR1 track guide coming up now. This was obviously taken from the race the other day at Suzuka. When we did the lap we were number 3 in the top 10 stars, although I think by the end of the day I think we were still in the top 10 stars by quite late on. Whether it stayed in that top 10 stars by the end of the the change of the track, etc., I'm not too sure, but we were definitely in the top 10 stars for most of the day. It was a reasonably good lap. There was time for improvement. We mainly did our qualifying in the morning for about 40 minutes or so. We did the qualifying and then we did the races, and obviously the race that I showed you guys the other day when I uploaded. So it was an okay lap. There was a couple of areas where I think we could have gone a few times faster, but overall I was happy with the lap. So I thought I'd get this track guide out to you guys, point out where we point out the braking spots, the stuff you need to do to get the angles into the corners and stuff, and just try and give you guys some help out and try and get you a bit faster at this track with this car if you're struggling, etc. So what I'll do is I'll let you watch the lap at full speed and then we'll come back and we'll commentate over it when we're slow motion down. Okay, as you can see there, it was a reasonably tidy lap. A few little tiny places we could probably make up a little bit of time, but nothing drastic. One of the first areas that we're going to point out is turn 1, where I went a little bit wide, probably lost a tenth or so by not getting on the power early enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to slow it down. You can really chuck it into this corner. So we're going to slow it down on the first braking marker board that you'll see, but we're not going to brake anywhere near that. So slowing it down now, you can see we're staying in 7th gear. Just look how late it is before we start braking. We give it a little lift pretty much there, downshifting pretty much on the corner, then down to 4th gear, and then we ran a little bit wide there. You can see I started to just understeer a bit. Maybe we took a little bit too much speed into that corner and sacrificed a bit of exit speed, but it wasn't too bad. We actually got away with that. Then into this left-hander, staying in 5th gear, you can see I try and skim that curb and then just throw it into this corner, just a little lift off the throttle without even, I'm not going to get on the brakes too much, it's a lot of lifting off the throttle in this section now. Then in 4th gear again, just lifting off the throttle and then back on it, a little feather of the throttle. We don't really want to be slamming on the brakes here because we don't want to lose that momentum through the corners. So again, try and stick the car as close to that right hand curb as possible so you can get the car back over to the right hand side to fling it back into the left hand. You see how I really got the car out to the right and then fling it back into the left hand side, staying in 5th gear, try and get the car as close to that curb on the outside as you can. A little check back there to see where we was in the mirror. Then this corner is the tricky one. As you approach the 50 marker, you're going to go down into 5th gear, try and chuck it in again, taking over some of the curb on the right hand side, then down into 3rd gear, and then I tended to short shift up into 4th gear just as we come out that corner. It just felt a little bit safer. It would be a bit faster if we got on the power earlier or maybe accelerated out in 3rd gear, but I felt safer doing it that way. This corner, again, a really tricky one. As soon as you've come off the steering angle, you've got to get straight on the brakes and trail brake all the way into the corner, and then just wait for the car to be straightened up before really putting maximum throttle down. You can see the car starts to like do a weird torque steer with this car. It's very strange, but we just about got away with that and got on the power nice and early. Then staying to the right hand side as much as possible, really, just to shorten the distance. And then braking, just see that bit of tarmac on the right hand side. You're going to downshift around that point, down into 4th gear, and then try and let it run wide, getting on the power just to get as much speed out the corner as we can. Then just hold off the throttle, feathering it slightly. Just be very patient before you put full throttle down. You can see if we would have gone a little bit early, we would have ran wide, but we timed that pretty well. We got that pretty much spot on there. Then accelerating out the corner, obviously working our way through the flat out corner. There's no need to lift on this corner. You're going to see there we do not lift into 7th gear, and it's just keep that throttle down, chuck it in, get the left hand tyre over that curb, and then just keep turning left, shorten the distance again, and then get your car over to the left hand side, braking in between the 150 and the 100 board, downshift it in 2nd gear, try and get your right tyre over that curb and on the AstroTurf there. This corner, again, same theory, left hand tyre over that bit of AstroTurf. We got on the power a bit early, got the understeer of that weird torque steering, and just went over the curb. Lucky to get away without getting a penalty there, but we got away with it, and we go over the line on a 1 minute 41.384. And you know, this is obviously default setup, hard tyres. It's taken from the sport mode, the daily race, so you can't do any tuning, etc. So I was happy with that lap. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave the view that some of you other guys may use from a chase view as I leave the video, and just let you guys pick up on any of the angles I took through the corners from this view. As you do pick up some other stuff. Obviously I'm racing from in the car. It's a lot harder to see from in the car the corners. You don't get as much visual reference in terms of braking and entry into corners, so this view will give you a bit more understanding from that perspective. Anyway guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed and you're interested in more of these videos. We upload daily races as well. We do GT Assetto Corsa setups, Project Cars 2 setups. We try and upload every day as much as possible, sometimes twice a day. And obviously if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I do appreciate everyone who just takes the time just to click that thumbs up button. It means a lot, and it shows me that these videos are appreciated. Again, thanks again for watching, and we'll be back very soon.